Yep. Oh hey, the refund went through already. W Steam. Ba da da da. Ba da da da. Da da da. Okay, Discord. Where are my tabs? Oh, they are. All right. No issues. Intro specific. All right. Cool. Send. Andy, what was that saying? I'm sure it wasn't important. Also, you send. I'm glad Blue Sky is back to actually showing a very large image of me instead of a random Twitch image. Even if I do somewhat question as to 11 seconds. Okay, well that's either a bot or someone who's terminally on Twitter, in which case either way you have my condolences. Are they just taking turns? They're just taking turns. First, I almost said Wuthering Waves. No, first, Blue Sky doesn't want to show an image, and now Blue Sky shows an image, but Twitter doesn't. Whatever. Whatever. I can't do anything about that. All I can do is post the notification. So I did. Notification posted. Everything dealt with that needs to be dealt with. That I can do. Yeah. We were almost playing League. Almost. And then I saw what they did to my girl. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Riot Skin team, but they fell off. A lot. For those of you who are better at maintaining your sanity than I, aka you don't play League of Legends, there's a new skin line, Spirit Blossom Springs, and they, though I mean, you know, wearing what you think you'd wear to a hot springs, which is more than you'd wear to the average beach, but ours is in a towel, which is an option, which I think unironically backfired here because, I mean, if you have boobs and you've ever worn a towel, two things happen, okay? There's an obstruction between the towel, you know, going further closer to your body because boobs, so therefore it, you know, pushes out the top but also at the bottom a little bit because it gets the drapes, really. Or anything. Curtains also works. That's fine if you're just, you know, walking through your house, going to your room to like get dressed or whatever. That's not so great on a character in a video game who moves around a lot. That could cause slight problems, just a couple of problems in terms of decency and, you know, age rating, that sort of thing. And KT vtuber, hello, thank you for the follow. And hello. No, jump back to the sec, but how it goes? Life, I guess? Mine is. I was wondering. I did think. We'll start there. And we'll go from there. Anyway, now that I can guilt-free jump back to the topic. So obviously they couldn't have that because, I don't know if you... I mean, I guess I can just pull up a picture of Ari for the uninitiated. If I can find my window capture. Okay, there we go. Also need to remember to open up Opera. Because... Ari air conditioning. Really? That's a thing? Okay, what if I just didn't use that? What is this? Oh, open image in new tab. There we go. Alright, cool. Need to also hit that so it does show. And then move over here. So, Ari. There's a couple of things you could notice. There's the tails, obviously. There's the spirit ball with the fox shape on it. Bare shoulders. Pretty fancy dress. Looks nice. But also her personalities are not small. So... here to look up. Did I misspell? Yes, there's two S's. Let's actually make sure it's not going to do something that'll get me banned. Because that'd be awkward. Close, and that's a horrible quality image. That'll do. Close enough. Okay, so this is the super bougie version that you don't need to worry about unless you have a ton of money you feel like spending and don't care about the price, which is not me. Also, I don't really like the tails because they kind of trigger my tryptophobia. So, it's just... because it all blends together with the design they went and the colors, she just looks flat somehow, which is an accomplishment. We just pull this up in another tab instead. There's her in-game model. Like, with her taking that pose and not leaning forwards, looks about the same. This isn't actually the best angle, realistically. There's the old one. Is that also the old one? I think it is. Oh, I haven't seen her Wildworth design. Oh. Oh, I didn't know they did a splash for that. Meanwhile, other Spirit Blossom. That's not the worst. Okay, it's a little better. First off, the tails actually look like they're fur, but I mean it's a skin, so it's supposed to look like water. I actually like the tails a lot. The tails look cool. They're not ridiculously smooth looking like the Arcana and the what's it called? Snow Moon. Alright. But it's like, I don't know. Why would you get a skin that looks worse than a low quality image of the base skin that you get just for unlocking the character? I don't know how they managed to pull that off, but they did. It doesn't even matter what you're looking for. The only reason to get the skin would be because you've stared at this a lot, which I really should use her base skin more. I usually use the arcade Ari skin, which is one of the few older skins, because, okay, long story short, they updated her model, because, I mean, it used to look like... Which one was I looking at before? It used to look like this. Yeah, a little bit of an update. Slight update. Just a little bit. But that meant that they had to redo all the physics and whatnot, so the tails became a lot more mobile. But for a lot of the older skins, they have either just straight out aren't up to the same quality, or they have specific times where they kind of hang and catch and they look extremely rigid for no reason. So I was kind of excited, you know, to finally, after 3 years, hard to believe that it's been 3 years since they redid that, but I've been playing the game, for a skin that I actually like. So I'm a little upset that they didn't manage to surpass the base skin with a legendary skin, which is used to be the highest quality. And now it's beneath Mythic, Exalted, and the $500 skins they have to come out. Yeah. Yeah. It's, it's not great. But in comparison, I suppose here's the splash. That'll probably lead to... No, that'll just... Well, yeah, there's the splash art of the original Spirit Blossom Ari skin, which somehow happens to be more provocative than her in just a towel dress. Towel dress. Quotations. It's not actually. I'm actually not entirely sure how that works, because I thought that this would be the thing that's holding it together, but it doesn't look like that's how that works, so I'm actually kind of confused. The splash art for this actually looks really good, admittedly. Okay, like... It looks quite good. But then, okay, like this. What? It blends together so much. It doesn't have any detail. Whereas this looks awesome. This also costs like $125 because it goes through their gacha system, so technically it could be cheaper, but realistically it's not. I'm a little salty, yes. That's better image quality. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it was a little bit much. That wasn't what I wanted. I wanted that. I guess that is that. It just goes to Reddit still. Okay, interesting. I do like the tails though. That's nice. Hello, Zero Class. Colas? Zeroculus. Oh, okay. I was worried that it broke suddenly again, because it likes doing that lately. Namely, every time that Windows updates, or the SteelSeries GG, which is what I use for Mixer updates, likes disconnecting everything. Very fun. That would also do it, but I can't affect that. For better or worse, I guess. Depends on your perspective. But yeah, thanks for the follow. It was 0. 0 is easier in my brain. I can't mess that up. Oof. Yeah. Nanny? Right. Currently limiting over, well, this. Alright. I still say this looks better. But that's my perspective. How goes life, though? As you... Well, I guess I shouldn't... I was gonna say trolling Twitch at 3 p.m. But then I realized that there's a lot of time zones, so it technically could be earlier or later than 3 p.m. How am I doing? I am doing decent, thanks for asking, minus the slight disappointment. For reference, this is her base skin, if you've never played League of Legends, for which might arguably be the intelligent decision. Versus... what is this? This one? Versus the skin they want you to pay, like... what would it be? How much is the legendary skin? Like $25, $30? Something like that? And this one, which is probably closer to 125 because they have their gacha system they implemented, which means it could be cheaper, but realistically it's more than that. We'll say optimistically $25, yeah. I don't know. This is the old Spirit Blossom Legendary, and this is the new one. The splash arts don't look bad, even if it looks a little weird. Not the least of what... please? Please? How do I... hand. Something's been pointed out a lot is the fingers don't make sense perspective-wise. It's gonna come with a whole new game. Unfortunately not. Yeah. Yeah. I think most people try not to think about the fact that, I mean, okay, this is a free-to-play game, so it's how they continue to fund it, but at the same time, put into that perspective, it seems like a lot. It's technically a luxury item, though. If you really think about it, you don't need it to play. It doesn't give you any advantage. It just looks pretty. So it's basically 3D artwork that you can, you know... what's the word? Play around with is technically true, but not realistically, because it just goes in the character, but yeah. People like playing dress up. As for who buys skins, are so expensive. Okay, so they did conveniently, because Ari's a very popular character in the game, an Ari skin for Faker to commemorate him being the best player who's ever played the game. And that was, there was the most expensive version, which was like $420 to get. And I believe that sold like 3 or 4 million times within the first like day? Copies or whatever? Yeah. Basically the collector item of collector items. So, that's what they did. I mean, they want to make money, I get it, but at the same time, not sense. Yeah, no. It'd be a lot of sense. What era of collecting you won't move to? That is entirely fair. I thankfully didn't really like it in the first place, so I got to miss out on it without feeling bad, because I couldn't have gotten it anyway. Also, hi Fritex. Hello. Welcome to the complaining about Riot portion of the stream. At least World War II collecting makes profits. I haven't really thought about that. Skin to steel livers. If I wasn't afraid of what would pop up, I would look up how much a liver would go for if you were to like sell it, but I'm kind of afraid, so I won't. But I think it's probably technically less than a liver would go for. Not by as much as you'd like, but still less. But yeah, I've never really thought about... I don't know, most of the time when I think about World War II collecting, usually it's just to have a cool part of history. I was way off then. I thought it would be like a few thousand, like 5,000. I mean, if you multiply it by 100, yes. Then it, no, is it 100? I think so, yeah. Yes, it is. That's a lot. That's good though, because I mean, collecting things you like is definitely a massive part of World War II collecting. Yeah. Community design? No, this is by Riot themselves. So it's a different theme. But yeah. I don't know. I never really thought about how much you'd be able to get for something like a Luger or a tank, especially if you were able to get that. Because, I don't know, to me it was just always... If I got it, I wouldn't have any intention of selling it, so... It didn't really cross my mind. I do want to visit the Bovington? I don't remember, Tank Museum at some point. A little difficult because it's on another continent, but you know, we'll work up to it. Also, there's the whole leaving the house thing, which sketchy, but an NSF's police uniform, which goes for around 35,000. But why sell it for? Sometimes being lazy does not pay off. Truly. Oof. Good profit, but oof. Ooh. Ow. Oh, that hurts. Right in the soul. If I had to guess, it was probably someone who, yeah, either didn't know what they were selling, or was like, well, it can't be worth that much because Nazis are bad, right? Yes, but history. Like, at the very least, you could sell it to a museum or something. And you'd get significantly more than 300 euros. At another 0. Yeah. Because a lot of that, I mean, understandably, a lot of that stuff got destroyed after World War II because people were fairly upset with the Nazi Party. I know, surprise. But that did bring up the value of such things in a historical nature later on. Legit pins on that cost. Obviously, I'm on the wrong career path. Huh. Well, I guess arguably this is slightly more reliable in terms of pulling it off, but that says something because neither is really a guarantee. Yikes, though. Damn, that is F in chat for that guy. Actually, really common. Mm. The pin or what's it called? I mean, I guess World War II collecting in and of itself would be really common, so that's not a surprise. But 500 years into 45k. Tips app. I get the feeling it's one of those things which, if you're willing to put the time and effort into researching, you can pretty reliably make money, but you also have to know where to look, I guess? A lot of time in looking. Okay. That makes sense. Flea markets. And we're back to leaving the house again. Like... Hold on, Nazi items that people want to get rid of. Social stigma. Let's go. Granted, if someone walked into your house and you had a bunch of Nazi memorabilia lying around, I could understand being slightly concerned. They're preserved, they're worth their weight in gold. Yeah. Online auctions, but we gotta be more careful on those. Yeah. Lo and behold, you can't trust everything you see online. Unfortunate. People just like making money. Some people don't care how they make the money. Which is why scam callers exist. Ooh. Yeah, let's cleanse my palette. Where is it? Pretty. My beloved. First time there's a bunch of... It's like, alright, alright. Stops at door. First things first, it's not what it looks like. It is what it looks like, but it's not what you think it looks like. Okay, so just stay with me. And go. Enters room. Asterix is not a Nazi. It just sells well. Look straight edge. Yeah. Yeah, that could lead to some awkward conversations if not explained. Arguably not more than if you were someone who's just really into anime, because that could also get really awkward. But, you know, I feel like people are more generally accepting of the anime than Nazi memorabilia. I'm gonna rekindle the flame to have more collectibles. Okay. Truly, the human brain is a wondrous thing. It says something when the dildo on the wall has less shock value than the Nazi memorabilia. I kind of get it, but it's still funny. Ooh. 30 minutes already. That went by quickly. Complaining will do that, I guess, is the lesson. Exactly, I have a good segue for this, admittedly. Did I recently buy a Matilda? No. No, I have not. Neither the... Is it a play? I think it's a play. Is Matilda a play? This is the part where I have to do this, because no matter what search engine you like using, it always likes showing random stuff like, oh, you look at Matilda, here's this random place called Matilda nearby your home. Yep. It's a film. Okay. It's a movie. It's a movie. I wasn't sure. But yeah, no. Neither the movie nor the tank. One of which I'm a little sadder about than the other, I guess. Where to... Okay. Okay, well, this should hopefully work fine. No internet connection. Are you sure about that? Hmm. No, definitely still haven't. Oh, wait. Still haven't. No, you know. What do you. Steam. Steam. What do you mean? I feel like nothing good happens if I close Steam to reset it. I haven't actually tested whether or not closing Steam while running a program closes the program. Conventional wisdom says it would, but think about old tanks in real life. We need to go to Africa. That's probably one of the places you'd find them, but that's also because Africa is very expansive. And the reason why there'd be stuff that isn't found is because it's in the middle of a desert somewhere. Slightly tricky to traverse this. Where is the network settings for Steam? Hello? No, 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 no. Why are you like this? Well, I guess I don't need the game to talk about the game, but it would have been nice to have some background footage. Sucks to suck, I guess. Not Gaijin randomly rolling out an update. when I checked earlier and there was no update. Alright. Well, not entirely sure how to fix that. Alas, there is no easy answer. So, War Thunder Naval. You have money and time, you could make your own replica tank? In some cases, yes. But I think most of... There's a lot of things which were made in World War II that we don't have any actual design blueprints for because they got destroyed. Which makes sense if you were, you know, a nation being conquered or conquering them. These things happen. You wouldn't really want them getting their hands on it. From a historical perspective, it's not great. It's very much kind of an sad thing, because I mean, it would be cool. It would slightly devalue if you could say, make your own Panther, or pay someone to make your own Panther. It'd be very expensive, but you could. But at the same time, oh, I know what's going. Steam maintenance, isn't it? That makes sense. Okay. My bad. It also wouldn't, because if you got one that was made during World War II, it has the historical wear and tear and factor going for it. So there's that. But I don't know why I bother moving. I'm gonna need to move over here anyway, because I need a Word document or a text document. I didn't really mean to make a new one, but sure, that'll work. Okay, cool. Which one is that again? Title. War Thunder Naval. Cool. Now I just gotta go to here, back forth, so I can actually see it. New text document, and open. Like here. Will I? If I'm right and it's Steam maintenance and then I can update it and it doesn't break everything after, yes. Otherwise, well, if Steam's not working, I can't really make it launch. But until then, I can still kind of do what I was planning to do. I need to pull this over to this window. That's why I wanted to pull this over, because then I can have chat open still. War Thunder Naval. It has improved since the last time I played it, which is nice. In that you have... Actually, probably just show this. OBS. War Thunder. Open with the LC Media Player. Audio track. Great. Okay, and now I gotta go over to here. Close that, go over to this. Make a new window capture source. is at the bottom. And we are capturing VLC Media Player. Yes. Yep. Okay. Play War Thunder. Naval's matter of repairing, splitting, because everyone is already used. Ammunition. Yeah. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Also, 1 second. Properties. Use the other one. Wait. That's the nope, that's the wrong one. Oh, it's interesting that does that. Okay. Whatever, I have to go to this and I have to change it from automatic to Windows 10 so that it actually captures it. Crazy. Anyway. Please into metal. Okay. So, things that are new. Now, this is new. It didn't used to show the whole sections. The mechanic technically existed, but it was more abstract. Okay, it's because it was moving. It's like, why does that look so fuzzy? Couple of immediate gripes. Okay, so out of the way. My main issues with War Thunder Naval are the map size is minuscule. Some of the ones they added more recently are better, but like this one, for instance, we spawn here, they spawn there with their large ships. You can't change the large ship spawn either. So you sail to like here, and you can already be seen by them. It's like some 12 kilometers at best, unless they're sitting all the way in the back. The Kako you see here has 8-inch guns, or 200mm, I guess if you want to use them. That's well within range, which is not fun for destroyers or light cruisers. But you're also barely closing and you're fully within comfortable range for a destroyer with 5-inch guns, which probably has multiple 5-inch guns, maybe even multiple per turret, and then you just get pelted by 5-inch HE and get decrewed or set on fire continuously. Which is not fun for heavy cruisers, or I mean, I guess technically you could do that to a battleship, but like realistically. So there's number one. Number two, they kind of sort of fixed a little bit in that it's the aiming, because it's just the aiming system. Can we get another zoomed in? Yeah. It's just this. You get this very out of context, just sort of sticks out ridiculously marker about that sort of tells you where you're aiming, and unless you bind it, you can't use the scroll wheel to move the range up and down, which means you have less control over that. But the nice thing they did do, well, at least since the last time that I played, is you can aim further and back with just the cursor, so you can do micro adjustments, which is nice. That's a nice touch, because generally if you're sailing towards them, you want to go 0.1 kilometers, or 10 depending on how you want to look at it, below where Okay, you can just get banned then. Don't advertise yourself and channel then when you have to click the... You have to see the rules in order to, you know, actually chat. Nice try though. Guess like gatekeep girl blast, right? I get it. It's not gonna work here. And either. Anyways, I was saying, you want to aim a little bit below what their actual range is in order to actually effectively lead the... You have to lead the target in terms of distance in front of them, but also they're getting closer to you, so as the shell's flying out, it needs to go to where they will be, not where they currently are as far as distance. It's not the most intuitive with how they have it set up, but it's not too far off of stuff like World of Warships or Battle Stations Pacific. But it could be better. And be explained better. As for where it currently sits, it is nice that they did make it so that you can aim up and down those, so you can get around those awkward areas where they're like, for instance, in this case, 11.6 kilometers away, but it only lets you go to like 11.52 or whatever. So it's not super granular, even with using the scroll wheel. And, well, kind of works, but also, yeah. Just the two major things that I have that are a problem. Which sucks, because the things that I do really like are the... Well, no, it's not the pace. Okay, so the pace also, but that's because of the map size. I do have an idea for that. I don't know how doable the idea is, but we'll get to that later. It is... What was I talking about? I distracted myself. Okay. This is fine. Cool. Okay. We'll see how quickly that updates them. Now that Steam is caught up. So yeah, main gripes. The aiming system and... I mean, look, it's been like 2 minutes of sailing, and you're already within 9 kilometers of them. It's not great. And then, as Vertax pointed out earlier, there's a very big discrepancy facing against someone who has played a bunch of Naval and knows what they're doing versus someone who has not played a bunch of Naval and does not know what they're doing. Because, especially here, you see, if you move behind where it says is the best place to aim, which is just amidships, then it turns red, which to the layman means don't do that, it's a bad idea. But realistically, you want to aim to the front and to the back, because you want to hit the ammo, which is under the turrets, or you want to hit the boilers, which depends on the ship really. There you can kind of see them in the middle. Well, that's the engines and then the boilers. Ammo's in there. There's the bridge, which is a valid target. There's smokestacks. There's the rudder and stuff back here. My personal favorite, because I keep hitting them all the time, so I've gaslit myself into enjoying it, is the torpedoes. That's a thing. But you need to aim in front of this or behind this to hit the different parts of the ship. Otherwise it just saturates damage and it doesn't do anything. But that's not explained. Just like it's not explained to the layman if you go, oh, they're 9.3 kilometers away, and you put your range to 9.3 kilometers and it misses by 0.1 kilometers. You fire again, it misses by 0.1 kilometers, which it tells you up here. If you don't know, then it's not an easy thing to fix. Oh good, it finished downloading. But you see, I didn't need to change the category to War Thunder because it's a video. I do intend to make a video on this, talking about it with slightly more directed energy and, composure as far as composition, better composition. As for what to do to change this, I have a couple ideas as I move stuff around, and I'm totally not stalling. You could make it more with some more RTS elements. For instance, if you look at Battle Station Specific, if you've ever played that game, then well, I mean, it is an RTS, but you can also control single ships, but it's mostly around being an RTS, so there's no issue of teamwork, which is another problem. You can't control your teammates, and more so than in ground or air, where if you're playing an interceptor, it's pretty intuitive to go after bombers, but if you go after fighters, you can tell pretty quickly that they're just more maneuverable than you, so you have to play in a certain way if you're going to. Same with tanks. Tank destroyer, light tank, heavy tank, medium tank. You can just tell. But with the Naval... Oh, other thing they added to Naval. There's a little icon in the top middle, which shows you if your shell penetrated or didn't penetrate. Which is huge, because that feedback otherwise is kind of impossible to get. But has the ability to switch the torpedo tube and ships with additional torpedo storage after one torpedo was launched. That's a very weird bug, but okay. It's a very specific bug. $1 million followers, 1K viewers. Oh boy. Low count today. Not that I'm surprised. That's just kind of how it goes. There we go. Alright, cool. I hope I'm in the right spot, but we'll see, I guess. I think I need to go slightly over. Okay, cool. But yes. They could do more RTS elements to the game, so you can call in scouting craft or whatever, which would come off screen or spawn in nearby your ship and then fly over. Cause I mean, where's my Kako? The Kako, for instance, does have a scout craft, but you have to fly it out yourself. Which, if it were a larger map, could work. But when you're 9 kilometers away from a destroyer and you're a heavy cruiser, I mean, sure, you have like... What's the reload time? It's like 20 seconds or whatever. It's like 13 to 20 seconds reload time for the main cannons, which have a terrible layout, but that's a ship issue, not a game design issue. And then it would be fine, but like, you kind of need to... They did not leave a lot of empty space there. You kind of need to be constantly in control of the ship and dodging and weaving as much as you're able to in a heavy cruiser. Little destroyer over there. Or even if you're in like an Akagi, Akazuki, which is much more nimble, but has next to no armor, unlike the Kako, which does have 25 millimeters of armor. And yes, I do quite like naval combat. That's because generally speaking, in most other games, naval combat tends to be a little slower paced, which is another gripe I have with this game, because with the super small maps, it's not slower paced. That's the problem. They tried to make naval combat faster paced. If it were arcade, whatever, who cares? But it's realistic battle. So, you know. Slower paced is the whole point. And it's bad enough when we're sitting here using 5.0 vessels, right? It did make decent progress towards my Furutake yesterday, admittedly. But it's still 61,000 research points, which is a lot. If you get into stuff like the Yamato or even my beloved, the Congo, which, hilariously, the outer hull is the same thickness. But, I mean, obviously, Citadel's much thicker. But you spawn in gun range of any other battleships they have. So I know a big complaint that people had, because it's very apparent with the top tier battleships, was spawning in as the Yamato and instantly being citadeled by an Iowa. It's like, yeah. First off, the Iowa's infinitely more accurate, just by design. It has radar to help aim. I don't know if it does that in game, but that's part of the big thing the ship has as an advantage. Even though it only had 16-inch cannons, right? Guns, naval guns, whatever. Whereas the Yamato had 18-inch. But if you spawn in so close to your opponent that you don't have a range advantage and your armor can't really do anything because the only answer would be to turn towards them and then angle and pray. And realistically, they're still probably close enough, because when you talk about armor, how do I... protection analysis, right. If you were to shoot at a Congo with, say, sure, a Nevada, from 2,000 meters, it's really not penetrating the belt. Although ideally you would want, like, plunging fire. What are we shooting? 14-inch, yeah. She's, you know... she's good for it. That'll go through there. Why are we shooting HE? Okay, no wonder. I was like, yeah, surely. So yeah, that goes straight through, and 13,000 meters. Even if you angle it like that. If you angle it like this, you get a good angle on it, and then it doesn't go through. But anything less, and it's paper mache. Well, it doesn't seem to want to pen that. Okay, low probability. Okay, so that's good at least. So it kind of works. But if you, have to turn and you don't get to turn, well... And that's 13,000. So that's 13 kilometers. You tend to spawn in at like 10 to 12. At an angle, how exactly? Yeah, we're counting that as a penetration. Okay, sure. Most of them can't hit, well... Good armor, yeah. What even is that? Just an empty compartment? Like, apparently. And that's assuming that it doesn't get plunging fire, but you won't really get plunging fire against battleships because they're so close that there is no way to do plunging fire. Just kind of hilarious. But if you get in closer, it's not meant to, it's literally not meant to block anything at that range because it just can't. It physically can't, which means you instantly get ammo ranked. So if you're in a Congo and you get the best case scenario of spawning at 12, like it doesn't even give an option for longer than 15 kilometers because you physically can't. The maps are too small. So from 15 kilometers, unangled, they can go straight through into your fuel tank. If you do angle, they're not going to get through your belt armor, but they can get through the armor above. Which... yeah, that's the ammo elevator. That's not great. And then even if you do angle towards them, if they can somehow get onto your deck, which they can't, it'd be with secondaries. Look at this. Hi. So the tank, fly heck off. Yeah, because like, I mean, you see this with tanks too, right? But it's a lot easier to move around a tank than it is to turn an entire multi... How heavy are you? Does it say? 38,762 ton displacement. Which technically isn't the weight, but you know, that's how much water is displaced. That doesn't turn quickly. It really doesn't turn quickly. Even going 48 kilometers. Why is it in kilometers and hours? That hurts me so much. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know why. Okay, it's fine. Huh. We just tossed a bunch of concrete in the back of the ship, huh? I see. I see. Okay, let's check that. This is technically just all empty space, but yeah. So now I'm curious. If I were to go to the Yamato, protection analysis, USA, and we take the Iowa, and not start with high explosive. You know what I mean? There's an even chance they could technically pen. Straight up. Technically. And that's if you are sailing at them and they don't... Oh. I don't actually know. What is the... Okay, see, the problem is that this just goes off of the angle that you're looking at. In which case, obviously, that doesn't do much. But I don't know what angle it gets for the shells at 15 kilometers, which is quite literally nothing for an Iowa. My guess would be like here, like 30 degrees. Which means... not great things. For our dear Congo. Oh. Yamato. Ardear Yamato. But that's assuming it doesn't, like, put you off the side. And that's literally if you're on one edge of the map to the other. So realistically, 10 kilometers. You can maybe pen there. Somehow, it says the equivalent protection is 736 millimeters, and it pens 667, so I'm not sure how that works out math-wise, but alright, Gaijin. Good news, at 10 kilometers, it... Okay, 10 kilometers, it's probably not gonna get much as far as angling on the deck. However, actually, at 10 kilometers, they can just straight up shoot your turret and destroy it. Not the Barbat. No, never mind. Okay. Yeah, that went straight there. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah. But that's enough of that. Oh, one last check to make sure that we're actually in War Thunder as a category. Alright. Also, you're gonna need to let me know how the audio is, because I'm pretty sure it's borked. And by borked, I mean quiet. So you have to let me know if it should be turned up. But yeah, they really need larger maps. Much larger maps. Because... I mean, what is 15 kilometers in miles? It's 3 kilometers to a mile. That is... What the heck? Is it 5 miles? It's... They can shoot... You don't usually shoot 20 plus miles, right? But you could shoot 27 miles away with a battleship that has 16-inch guns, probably. However... You know, you're expecting the engagement range to reliably be next to nothing. Fly, can you please shoot. Shoot fly. You are not wanted here. Be gone, creature. The second I pick up a slipper to smack at it, it suddenly disappears. Okay. And yes, we don't need to point out the name of the account. It's fine. I think I could probably change it again. I have played no games today because, well, we got started talking about World War II collecting, and then I went to go play the game at like 30 minutes in, and Steam was having their maintenance, and the game had an update, so I couldn't update the game because of Steam maintenance, and had to wait, so now we're here. How was your day gone, Panda? Ow. I missed, by the way. Other downside to Naval, because no one plays it because it's not fun, generally speaking, unless you are a complete Naval buff. It takes a while to find games, and then you find a lobby, and then you kind of just go with that lobby, I think, is how that generally goes. But, sailing a large ship close to islands can be risky. Torpedo boats may be lying in wait. No, they won't, because no one uses torpedo boats, because there's no point. That's okay. We'll get to that in a sec. Did a character design today for a character you can... That's rough. That's rough. I feel that though. I have planned out videos for videos that I can't even really do the ideas. It just swapped the sides that it had us on. Okay. You stay studying. Nice. Expand your mind for attacks. The idea is, I don't know what so-called is, but why am I here? To suffer? I'm here to suffer. What in the... First off, what the hell is wrong with Japanese ship designers? Why are all the guns there? Second, why are all of my guns like this? I have a single barrel. Hey, Colton, buddy, okay. Oh, this is fine. The perks of being the larger ship. I literally do not know what you meant, Panda. That is why I asked. I have no clue. Ow. Hey, Colin, do you want to, like, slow the hell down, buddy? You're faster than I am. I kind of can't outrun you. Wait, 180? Yes, the person in chat with their valid complaint. It's just sailing straight over and over again. What are they in? It come up. Ooh. Isn't the early battleship? Yes. Battle cruiser, basically. The idea is so cool, your ability is not. Oh. Okay. So we seem to have missed. That probably also misses, because that was about 1.1 kilometer too far. Unlucky. But yeah, me with editing videos. Those hit? I mean, hit is a strong word, but yeah, okay. And she turned. Okay. One thing I have learned is to just do the opposite. Or rather, stay at the back of everyone and let them get shot at first. Because whoever shoots first gets shot first. Those are the rules of War Thunder Naval. Or you're just really unlucky and they don't want to shoot the other ships, so you just get hit because reasons. This is admittedly one of the worst maps. Straddled. Okay. Fancy. Close quarters combat is valid, but is not great when you're in a heavy cruiser against Dwell. In my case, anything, because, again, I can only turn all of my guns onto the target if I am facing said target. I do think I want to turn to the right, though, which sucks, because now I have to swing all of those turrets around. But I want more guns on target, and I don't want to give them my full broadside, so... What in the heck? Yeah, what are you having me aim at, game? A ship that I can't see. I'll just keep turning. How is the audio, by the way? Ooh. Where? Uh-huh, there you are. There's the scary thing. It's fine. Good. Good. Always hard for me to tell, although it seemed very quiet in the recording. Lower. Reading comprehension is a skill. It's a skill. I mean, hey, maybe I'll hit the bridge or something. Or maybe I'll go just past and, you know, give them a warning shot. I mean, it would be very uncouth to just shoot them straight up, right? Please stop. I don't want to have to turn to look at you. Whatever the heck is shooting at me. Okay. Okay, what small, meager vessel is currently shelling the hell out of me? It's probably... Really? My barrel on one of the two turrets that I can actually... Okay, three. One of the three turrets that I can actually aim over there. As I get bullied by a destroyer because we're within 10 kilometers. Which means I don't have rights anymore. Good news, I do have armor. So it's not the worst. But it's not great. How quickly are you moving? Alright, we'll go 20 more. Minor concern, we are slowly sinking, technically. And now she's turning to dodge my shells. Please update range. Although we're now at 9 kilometers, which means at least I'm aware. Okay. Like about right there. That might be a little bit far in front. Nope, it's exactly where I wanted. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh. Now it updates. At least the destroyer gave up. This is the other part. I don't know, Naval's in this really weird spot where it is neither fast-paced or slower-paced. Is it you that is shooting? It is you. You degenerate. I non-penned the top of your turret because I'm just that talented, I guess. My float plane hangar's seen better days. I like how the ship with guns that are significantly larger than mine is currently much closer. Alright, that might be the last shots I get on you. So let's get our full broadside involved, shall we? Want like 920. Just need the range. Now we do damage. If we hit. It's the asterisk if we hit. But I mean, surely I don't miss from there. Yeah, got him. Perfection. Someone also got their engines, which means they have negative speed. Someone got their propeller shaft? How? Ammo storage. Okay. Ikoma doing work. What exactly are you doing, friend? Although judging by that, I think I can aim like right there. Actually, no, it's like there. I'm either hitting with one shell or multiple shells. One of these two is happening. I don't really... I'm hitting with one shell. I technically hit them with the shrapnel. So, you know, I wasn't wrong. I just... Oh, hey, I'm under fire again. Anyway. Okay. How did you reload after? How did my first gun reload after when it was fired for whatever? There we go. Wasn't gonna hit anyway, so I guess sure we'll take it. And we lose because our smaller ships couldn't do the job inside. Unlucky. Doesn't matter too much in Naval, although that was a particularly not great fight on my end. Slightly more brainpower being used towards the stream instead of entirely the game. Gaijin! Gaijin, why are we on the same map again from the other side? How is wood working out for me? Am I a stereotype? We're both in the same shim. We both have the same, what is it called? Title. Interesting. Using pretty good, actually. Thanks for asking. How about you, Panda? How goes the rain power usage? Just, you know, while we're on the subject. How far over? 0.1? Okay, so... 6.4. It won't be well, it won't be a full 1.1 kilometers over, at the very least. Well, at least Snail will in fact never listen to us, though you are correct. I'm very pointedly not paying attention to the ships that are behind this one. Which is surprising. Okay, next target. Good job, Milan. I always believed in our Italian allies. He's very dead. Actually, the poor German. Oh, the poor German ship. On the other hand, 1120. Let's go 1110. There, cool. I probably do want to turn in slightly. Because they're gonna start shooting over that, because they'll get line of sight or whatever, and then I need to deal with it. Ooh. Over by 0.2. Did you turn in? Nerd? Okay, fine. Kind of cringe, but you know, I guess you can try and avoid my gunfire and my teammates. That's okay. It's not gonna work as we get closer and closer, but you can try. You can succeed temporarily. This is by the way the very big downside of a single-barreled turret design. At least they have super firing turrets. Oh good, we got secondary action. Are you sailing away from me? 3, 2, 1. We could straddle you. That's fine. You're turning away now. Which leads me to want to go to like there. That's probably gonna miss. My shells are straddling the target. Mind gutter. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Oh, those went nowhere near where I wanted them to go. Thank you, Gaijin. Milan, ooh, yep, that's why I wouldn't recommend that. Why I wouldn't recommend that. Let's go to 7. 69. At least Naval's more relaxing than ground. Of course, it is less consistent action than ground. A nice smokestack hit. Go me. Oh, whatever the heck's in the back is turning. Oh. Almost. Those will probably be short, but technically that's the general engagement for Naval historically. You'd either overshoot, undershoot, do the other one, and then you're on target. Because stuff changes. Lucky you, you're living well. Because I have forgotten how to aim. And then I almost took out your ammo storage. Yeah. Let's go. How to take out 30% of their crew in one simple volley. And then make their entire ship regret its existence. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. No more torpedo tubes. Which are technically in range, so I mean that's actually probably a good thing. Although they would have had to launch them already, because I'm kind of just slowly destroying their ship. Oh, okay, well I'm glad we did that right as I fired my everything. Wouldn't have wanted to, you know... Damn, she sank fast. Okay. Alright, little destroyer. That's concern for later. Because the destroyer is actually my current concern. Not bad. Are you still at the same distance? 3, 2, oh no, 9. Okay, so we'll go to like there. Although if they turn away or in, it completely screws my targeting solution. Looks like they turned away slightly. A lot more than slightly. Yeah. They're in this weird position, ooh, where they're technically not closing or opening the distance by any significant margin. I'm gonna try and lead slightly and aim slightly further to hopefully hit them right about there. Boiler room and fuel tank. That sounds very fun. It's not. For them. Because they now have no speed. On one hand, I mean, I think destroyers would realistically probably want to stay like... Okay. 7 to 8 kilometers away because I'd probably say 9. Probably 9 to 10 kilometers, because then they're harder to hit, so they can turn and maneuver and whatnot. But I can't easily smack them like I can at 8 kilometers with my much larger cannons. Which kind of really hurt. You might have noticed. That's not gonna be good for your health. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised she's still floating. Unlucky or mistargeted? No, just unlucky. Slightly forwards more. Go to 6.5 maybe? Just don't pay attention to the objective, which I can't do anything about, so I'm gonna ignore it. That's for my team. My team is currently failing me and being let down. Okay, so let's try 5. Oh, okay. You don't worry me at all. You have a singular cannon. Actually, you worry me significantly more than them. But I can get more guns onto them, so... Technically, they should disappear off the face of the earth faster. 3... I'm really glad it waited until after I fired to update the range, after I waited like 2 seconds for it to update the range. That's cool, Gaijin. I love that. It's sick. That's right. No crow's nest for you, buddy. I'm sure that you're gonna have a really hard time seeing my ship. From 8 kilometers away. The good news here is that there's no amount of armor that they could possibly have that would ever make this not very painful for them. I need to actually aim over here because momentum forwards. 32, that'll work. Where did my last volley go, by the way? Because I literally didn't see it. Okay, fine. 9.5. 8.2? That'll work. Alright, so ideally straight through the bow, although it seems more like just plunging fire all over their ship is kind of... Oh, Okay, now where did that destroyer that I saw go? Oh, you just wanna... You sure? Okay, I mean, hey. Personally, if I were a destroyer in front of a bunch of enemy ships, I wouldn't be sitting still. But I guess you don't have much of a choice now, do you? You're so lucky. You're so lucky. You're the luckiest destroyer in the history of mankind. Okay. Also, I found my new favorite, whatever it's called, feature in Naval. Is this. I didn't know that it saved all of the ballistics data and whatnot from your shots. But as you can see, did I detonate his rear ammo storage? As you can see, if you're in a destroyer, going nose on to a heavy cruiser isn't going to save your life. In fact, it might kill you. Because realistically, it's harder for me if I have to have the side of your ship and then pinpoint accurately hit your ammo storage than if you give all of this material for the shell to slow down and go through. I had three different... Where the... No clue where that shot was. Oh. But it only takes one. Yeah, that's and a torpedo tube. Truly. The highlight of my day is shooting the torpedo tubes on ships that are never going to use their torpedoes, because torpedoes are very difficult to use in this game. What was I shooting at before? This is... Oh, it's the same ship. Where? Oh. Okay. The bridge. Impressively nothing. That's better. But, yeah. See, that goes all the way through to the other side of the ship, which is notably not going to set off their ammunition. That one did. That one kind of just did. At 9 kilometers, too. Huh. Weird. Not sure what's up with that one. Torpedo tubes. I'm not tilted. I'm not tilted. Break time for more. Moink. Okay, but what the heck is a Litoile? That is actually a very cool looking destroyer. W France. That's a very advanced looking destroyer. Which I apparently shot a lot. That did a lot. That didn't. One of these killed her. I don't know which one of these killed her, but one of these killed her. Or is this the one I got an assist on? Oh. Okay, well these aren't going to do anything. Because these are the 5-inch guns. The 120mm. I'm aware the US is the odd one out in this scenario. Okay, I get it. I get it. You know, in hindsight, that's kind of a very dangerous place to store ammo. Luckily for them, that went straight through their ship. And that detonated on the other side. Almost taking out their sensors. But you see my point. If you're in a destroyer, don't angle against heavy shells. It's bad for your health. Oh jeez. I guess I go. No. No, game. No. Just no. Just no. Why? Why is this a spawn? Oh, Gaijin. Oh, that's fine. No, this is okay. This is fine, surely. Did we die yet? No. Are we about to? Yeah, probably. We're probably about to die. Who has the most guns? You two are tied. But you don't seem to be shooting at me. So I'm actually gonna aim... I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're doing. You can take your sneaky little torpedo run and heck off, okay? That's convenient for once. Oh, he is very mad. Oh no. Oh, buddy. Where'd your ship go, buddy? Where'd your ship go? Oh. Oh. Oh, so it turns out sailing directly into, oh, that's actually kind of terrifying. The enemy fleet is a bad idea. Weird, I know, but... That's gonna hurt a lot. Short by 1.5. Oh, they're sailing away. Please stop. I will transfer fire over the... Alright, fine. Fine. I can't turn because my bridge is destroyed. Hi, I'm gonna sit directly in front of a heavy cruiser team, and yeah. I'm actually gonna make this slightly complicated for everyone involved. Hey guys, I got his fire control director. I'm still technically going forwards, we'll shoot for there. One thing about ships that would make you sad, getting crippled while people just shoot you. Yeah, it's not. That is a slight concern. That is a very, very, no, that's okay. That's more moderate, okay. Major concern, large concern. Please stop. I can't see. Full reverse, please, Captain. Alright, we're no longer in danger of sinking. Okay, I want to go for like 80. This island is really screwing with my ability to aim. Again, the aiming system is not perfect by any means. Okay, so it's too far over. What about that? Surely that at least hits something. That's bad, he says, as the front half of my ship catches on fire. Yes. How exactly am I supposed to hit the ship if I literally can't range? I'm not moving. Okay, are we good, Gaijin? Alright, there's a bit of a jump from... whatever, good enough. Oh, I seem to have lost my front turret. Alright. No, okay, fair. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I return to the favor. Let's go. How's it feel, nerd? Huh. Please stop shooting me. It hurts. I'm about to have a very unfun time. That wasn't what I had in... How are you shooting me? It's not them. I really don't know. My other turret. My other turret. Really? Really? With a gun, I think. Good shout. I wouldn't have guessed that. Okay, I really don't like that they're sitting behind that and able to just lob shells over to hit me. I'm actually very much not a fan. I swear if they... Are you sailing away from me or towards me? I'm gonna go for... Oh, well, that answers that question. Let's try and get a third turret on. I don't know from where exactly it says that I have a hole in my hull, but we seem to be doing fine, so... I hate smart opponents. They're so annoying. They're so annoying. Swoop up. Oh hey, it penned. Stop maneuvering, it's cringe. Or at least maneuver less effectively, please. Also, you'll notice that he's conveniently not phasing me. Even though conventionally being broadside is a bad idea, it's saving his life. They can't help it every time I hear that, especially in caps. All in caps run, yeah. It's inevitable. Alright, so you're just gonna probably turn farther back in. Go 8-5 to like there. I mean, understandably, he's sailing away now. We're going to lose this match, but I want to hit this stupid destroyer at least once. But there we go. Gotcha. And then I took out... I made my own shots miss. I made my own shots miss. That's cringe. Yeah, take that, fortification. I haven't quite figured out how to judge the metrics of what's a good game versus not in Naval. It's not quite as straightforward as ground battles. Or air, for that matter. Because, like, it's obviously damage. But then there's a question of how much damage is expected versus what's good versus what's bad. And I just don't know. Thanks for the easy. What do you mean by that, nerd? This is either the first good map that I've seen, or a horrible map. I haven't decided yet. Okay, did they learn and not get... Nope, we have AI ships. I hate AI ships. Because I can't tell what's what. This isn't gonna be pleasant. 20, 10, a bit under, a little further. There we go. Exactly how have you managed that, Atlanta? You're not even against me. You're on my team, and you still managed to be the most annoying ship that I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, I can see no issues with being side-on to their entire fleet, surely. Oh no, my battle bridge. Please sail directly into the torpedoes, you blind and oblivious idiot. Okay. Well. That's painful. Very painful. I want to get at least one broadside off though. 38? Oh, you're already 9 kilometers out. That's cute. Let's go! Fire! In this case, I did start the fire. Oh, that's the fire that I said. I was like, they have 3 smokestacks? Kind of weird, but okay. Alright, 76. 70. Close enough. I'm waiting to get smacked for daring to show my entire broadside, but it isn't happening yet. I'm gonna say that those all hit, and she's very damaged. And you can't really prove otherwise, so, you know. Alright, I love Head-On Destroyer. Let's go. I've realized that can be taken extremely out of context. I'd prefer if we don't do that. For reference. I said if we could not do that. Keyword being not. As in do not. This isn't getting any better. Just like their situation is not getting any better. In fact, I dare say it's getting worse for them. Please stop. Huh. That's a destroyer. Is that... That is a very scary ship. Okay. 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 6 kilometers out. Found it? Right amidships. Nice. Okay, so what if I aimed like right there and roughly that? Pretty good, pretty good. That might be a bit low. Ow. Yeah, those were a bit short. Oh, that's not good. That is very not good. That, I love 8-inch AP. Delicious. This is fine. Yep. It's great. It's not magically delicious, but you know, it's getting there. It's magically making me disappear off the face of the earth. Not a bad adjustment of fire. Not great, but not bad either. That's also dead. I don't think that's how physics works. Maybe that is how physics works. What do I need to... Hi, ship of unknown designation that it currently wants to make me very unhappy. Although they're focused on the colon, so it's probably fine. Now that's gunnery. Now that's a dead ship. It was a Portland. I was right. Who's him? And are they actually him, or are they just, you know, who you're currently referring to? Well, it's not a good shot if they turn in. Which they did. Annoyingly. I don't like being here anymore. We'll go for you. What is going on over here? Never mind. We're not going for you anymore. I did indeed have food today. Are you proud? I don't know why it... Oh, because they're dead. So glad. I live for your pleasure, of course. I mean, if you want to clip the obvious sarcasm, that's fine. I'm trying to have an honorary duel over here. Could you heck off? Alright, fine. I won't. I'll do this. And then your friend will suffer? Oh no, you took out a secondary on the other side of the ship that I don't want to shoot on. How horrible. What the hell? Okay, 6. How did I get the 4 then? 610. 6. Good enough. It's third part sim. What is. Huh? Oh, almost took out your ammo, buddy. Oh, that's awkward for you. Main caliber gun destroyed. Boiler room destroyed. Firing main cannon. That's a secondary gun, but whatever. Emanation storage detonated. Well, that's not good. Okay, the good news here is they're not actually shooting at me. It's their secondary batteries that are shooting at me. Downside, their secondary batteries are shooting at me, and it hurts. Those are probably a bit over. Goodbye, bridge. Boiler room. Same difference. I don't know what is so hard to understand about not sailing directly up to ships, but people struggle with it really hard. Oh, I'm just screwed, huh? I love getting pelted by 5-inch shells. It's great. Destroyed, except, yeah. I am being pummeled from my rear, and I'm not okay with it. Oh, hi, buddy. Well, that's the first time I've seen a small ship in, like, literally forever. Okay. And by ship, I mean it's literally a boat. It qualifies as a boat. Did I kill a patrol boat with a... How? Buddy, that's a really awkward list you have going there. Are you okay? I don't think he's okay, but I figured I'd ask to be, you know, nice. Before I do what was just done to me and pummel somebody with way too many 5-inch shells to be, you know, reasonable. It's balanced, don't worry. Huh. They seem to have that under, so I'm going to shoot at you, because you scare me. Yes. That's not where I would have guessed. I don't know what just blew up in front of me, but I'm not a fan of it. I do believe the ship to the left there was shooting at me. No more crow's nest, no more crow's nest. Caw, caw, caw. Okay. Oh, fire control director. That's gonna suck here in a second. So much HE. What exactly is going on? Oh, I seem to have pissed him off slightly. If you notice the large cannons at the front aiming directly at my destroyer, yeah, that's probably my bad. They're not aiming at me somehow. Did they misidentify who's shooting them? I mean, I'm all here for it, but... Okay, let's try that, since everything seems to be missing. There we go. Five, 6, 1. Where is your torpedoes? Mm-hmm. NT, buddy. Yeah, to pay no attention to the 32 hits that are 32 to 20. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of things that have just continued to pelt this port. Oh, okay, he's looking at me now. Joke's on you, unless you directly hit my citadel, I'm not dying. Not my problem. I mean, it is my problem, but there's nothing I can do about that problem. Yeah, that problem is called my team didn't really pay any attention, so. Now if I care about winning this, I could go the Kako. It's the smart thing to do. Why start me at full speed? No idea. Why start me at any speed at all? No idea. Come on. Give me your range. Give me your range, nerd. Why are you shooting at me? That better be hitting the Trenton. Oh, it's all the way up there. Not my problem, guys. Look, it was more of like, I can't do anything about that. I have to angle against one of them, by which I mean not angle against one of them. So, you know. It turned out that that was the one I wasn't going to angle against because I was already not angled. Not much to do, really. I'm so glad that they're not aiming at me. Well, that's awkward. Well, I either stop in time or I don't. Smurfed it. Hi, sniping buddy. How's it going? And no, I do not have to angle armor. It is just generally recommended that you angle armor. You don't actually have to. In the case of, as I explained to the destroyer, I don't want his shell to go down the length of my ship and fuse directly in the center. I wanted to pass straight through without doing damage. You know, relative. Okay. Oh. Been there, buddy. Been there. No, I'm playing... Wow, the ship called the IJN Kako. I wonder... I don't know if he could see the achievement that popped up, but it said destroy 10 ships by ramming them. I don't remember ramming any... Is that how I destroyed the PT after death? Is that it? My corpse ran them over? That is a lot of 100mm hits, dude. It's not okay. Diet Germany. With better ships than the Germans, yes. Diet Germany. Uh-huh. For sure. Diet Germany. Oh look, Exhibit A of why you don't angle towards a heavy cruiser as a, you know, small little baby destroyer. Even slightly angled, it's still just, it gives me everything that I want. Easy way to think of it. Shooting a Hellcat with a solid shot shell of like a Panzer III or something. Do you want to shoot down it lengthwise or do you want to shoot it from the side? Yeah, this is somehow in the same class of ship that my Kako, yeah, it's somehow in the same class with its 6 forward-facing guns. They're like 6 or 7 inches, I don't know. What you missed is the explanation as to how shooting a destroyer from the side is kind of like having the choice between shooting a Hellcat from the front or in the side with solid shot. One of those probably does better than the other. All I'm saying. Drink. Relatable. Otherwise known as make sure to drink water, nerd. $10 a.m. Okay. That's a long time. Out of curiosity, what time is it for you at the moment? Okay. So we do a little drawing. Can I spawn over here? No? Okay. This is fine. I love being taken from both sides. It's okay. What's the worst that could happen? We struggled a few buses. Yeah. Oh, that was quick. Hilariously, I can see their tracers more easily through my smoke than without. I'm so glad my Agano is paying attention. I can't wait. No, I'm specifically not allowing you to do this because I will die. Straighten out. There you go, nerd. I believe in you. There you go. Where are you even looking? Like, actually, where are you looking? How hard is it to sail a ship in open waters? 19 kilometers? I think this is... Actually, can I pen them at that range? I don't actually know. I don't know how to aim this. I've never fought this far away. How did you know they were shooting at you? Well spotted, Panda. I don't know what I'd do without you. Okay. Did any... Oh, shell splash it in 12 seconds. Your naval got us. Now, if only I could remember what I did. The last 35 seconds to impact. Let's go 20 below. Yeah. But that's naval combat, baby. That's naval combat. Okay, those will be... Alright, so yeah, I want to go 20 ahead. That's gonna go to like 18, 12 or 10. It's gonna stay the exact same. Alrighty. Notably doing significantly less damage. This is such a mess. My team is so lost. My team is so utterly lost. Panda, please help. Look at their team. Look at this orderly line of ships. Meanwhile, what do I get? Like... Okay, you could have at least attempted, okay? Let's go 40. Alright. You know, I'm almost surprised more people don't play Naval specific. Well, if it was like this all the time, they probably would, because you could literally just watch TikTok while waiting for your shells to land. those aren't hitting. KV1s, you don't need your teammates. Yeah, but KV1s are not ships. 30 under, so 17. I know they can feel like it sometimes, but there's technically not ships still, so, you know. Ow. But it literally can't. I severely overestimated their speed. Not with that attitude. Explain to me, please. How exactly could a KV-1 possibly be a boat? My bad for existing, you're right. You're right. Oh, 7, buddy. You did next to nothing because I don't think that was actually penning, but that is a lot of large guns. Okay, so things that I haven't had to actually think about so far. Actually, I should be going left. Okay, okay, that's not... Relax, physics. Relax. Easy there. Nope, physics are... nope, okay. When you're outnumbered and outgunned. I'd like to direct your attention to the aircraft gun that is directly in front of my... whatever the heck my third turret is called. Yeah, that's supposed that sure, that's fine. Yes. Am I just being politely told that I don't have the range to hit this ship? I don't actually know how to see. I know there's a way to see range. I don't know. Oh, there it is. I use my eyes. See, I did that, but there was no marker, so I actually couldn't just use my eyes. Just saying, you know. I did think of that, I know, believe it or not. Now, the question is going to be, how much... further ahead do I have to aim? But not that far. Are you going away? Oh. Really? Got nothing then? Well, some help you are. Why do I bring you along again? Tisk tisk. Natira's gonna ask you to do my laundry next. I suppose you can't do that either? SMH my head. I'm not used to going this quickly towards an island. Okay. Here to make fun of me ruthlessly. See, but you... I can't see. And sometimes call you... see, well, there's the thing that killed me. Mm-hmm. And... $37. You are approaching very rapidly, buddy. There we go, now we're landing hits. Kind of. Uh-huh. Oh, I have pissed off the large ship. Over by point. Sure. Uh, 775. Alright, well if you're gonna shoot at me, then I'm gonna shoot at you back. How's that? Oh, I seem to have lost my bridge. Shooting people is bad only in, you know, most circumstances. This is not those circumstances, though. In this case, they A, shot at me first, and B, we're on opposite sides of a war, so it's a requirement. Two wrongs don't make a right? No, but three make a U-turn. So, you know. I'm gonna not fire those torpedoes that are a very bad idea. Sir, what in the hell are you doing? Hey, torpedo tube destroyed. Let's go. For you wondering why I'm adding range, it's because I'm technically hitting the front of the ship, which is actually just rocks at the moment, and I would prefer to hit, you know, further back in the ship. Like his main mast and stuff. There we go. I'm pretty sad. Fire control is gone. Let's just hope those don't hit friendlies, yeah? You wouldn't tell on me, right? You might. Well, that's rude. Oh, okay, no, it just... Ow. Not enough crew members for repair. It's that same stupid ship. He's just literally sitting over there behind him. Okay. Okay. Karma shot me. No. The aggressive Zara shot me. That's just a town, right? I mean, I guess them? That's not the Zara, but it is a ship. It is a ship. So I don't think it's a Zara. It might be. I'm a little worried about how warm my mouse is getting, but I'm sure it's fine. There you are, you little turd. I see you over there. Got your auxiliary cannon, nerd. But this is what I want. There you are. I see you. I see you. Yeah. Just you wait, buddy. Admittedly, I'm not super enthused by 3 single barreled guns being all I have to fire on them, but short by 1.5. Okay. By 0.09. That is ridiculous. A hit! Straddled. Short by 0.16. Over by 0.15. Compartment destroyed. Yeah, that's their deck. Literally their deck. Over by 0.07. Hmm. 0.03. Alright, we're getting some hits now. At least one of which was dead center. We got a smoke funnel. You know, it's really about the damage you do along the way. But I think technically, yes. I mean, I'm just saying. Ships are really large, you know, so I've done 1,700 damage, almost 1,800 damage to naval targets. The game says that's pretty good. Don't need to talk about all the teammates who've done 0 damage. That's not relevant. It's a little relevant, but you know. Have I tried doing more damage? Yes, strangely enough, they did this thing called maneuvering, and also I got shot by this exact ship that I'm currently firing on. And can't damage because they're behind a mountain hill. And I have not the right shells for this. I really don't. Okay, I cannot even begin to explain how much I do not have the right shells for this. You expect results. I've hit her how many times? A lot. I just hit her again. Smacked her, literally smacked her right in the butt. Did nothing, but I did hit the target. I am now changing targets. I am now bravely sailing in the opposite direction because I am one of few ships on my team left remaining. Heavy maneuvering, heavy maneuvering, heavy maneuvering, heavy maneuvering. Not enough. You know, you can take your not enough and shove it up your rear. How about that? I'm not hearing enough encouraging words or belief. Only negative. It's not very wholesome. Okay. That's not a sign of things to come for me, probably, right? Hey, buddy. Hey, friend. You don't look like you're having a good time. That's rough, but I'm gonna add to it, okay? So... sorry, not sorry. Uh-huh. The shells do be landing. Very close to me. Uh-huh. Only players who get kills get wholesome comments from you. I got plenty of kills last game. I also have a kill this game. I destroyed one naval target. What now? It's literally the game. The game says that I killed something. Kills is plural. No, 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 no. Why do all of the early Japanese cruisers have to suck so much? They just, it's like, why? What is the, why, how is this even a light cruiser? It wants to be a light cruiser. We have made good progress on the Fudotaka though. There's that. We stand our Fox Girl. The sudden about phase is a little suspicious, but I'll take it. Do you need 1 second? I have water. The bathroom. Ooh. Ow. For the record, it's very hard for me to look anything but unbearably smugged with this mouth shape. But know that I'm giving you a flat stare. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Whatever. It's what like 2 hours of War Thunder does to a person. Mythical creature or no. Doesn't matter. To be anything. Anyone. You know, it said it was gonna be like 80, 90 something today, but I think it'll be at like 86. which is still hot, but not as bad. Probably like 10 minutes or so, somewhere around there. Partially my fault, but I do not sleep well when it is hot out. And yesterday was the first time in like a week that it wasn't 80 plus degrees inside at like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So. Ugh. Not fun. Not fun at all. I'd ask if the weather is better where you are, but it's summer everywhere except the southern hemisphere, so unless you're, you know, in Australia and whatnot, it's not going to be better. And then it's kind of counterbalanced by Australia then having some of the worst summers ever. So, you know. Uh-huh. Oh, so we're just flexing having AC now. Okay. Fine. I have disposable income. No. Sure. Okay. That's fine. I'm just storming every day for the last 2 weeks. At least, well, no, that's not true. I was gonna say at least it keeps things cooler, but Thailand proves that that's not the case. If you've ever experienced 100-degree weather with 100% humidity, you have my commiseration, because it sucks. Yeah. It's very, very not fun. Very awkward, because, you know, you're supposed to regulate temperature by sweating, but if you're already soaked because of humidity, then you can't get anything out of it, really. Don't ask how that works, it just makes it worse. Share your AC with me. Appreciate that. It's not how that works, unfortunately. I haven't figured out wormhole technology, personally. If you do, let me know. Be a really easy way to make a lot of money then, but alas, I do not have this technology. This science is not yet understood. Yeah, fair. Okay, fine. What does it say about me that the people who watch are either complete smartasses or generally very quiet? Because if you go with the whole like streamer like chat thing, I guess that's not surprising. You were an absolute gem. Uh-huh. I feel like bias. Are you okay? Kind of. It's kind of okay. The more concerning thing would be if that was my eye, but whatever. Anyway, you're biased. Although it does seem to. There's no way out of this. No matter what. I either confirm Sundari nature, or I play into it by denying it, and therefore there is no winning. I can't win. What sort of rigged thing? It's whatever. Trying to decide if you want to draw more. Well, I mean, the first metric would whatever. The first metric would be how close you are to carpal tunnel, because that's kind of bad and not fun. Well, I guess generally repetitive stress injury, but you know, as long as you actually work out, then it's probably fine. Of course, I don't know what. Would that be weightlifting? I mean, I guess, because it's basically just you don't have. Actually, how does that work? Because I feel like it's you don't have enough muscle support, and then it starts atrophying or something, and then therefore it just gets very unhappy and strained. My hands aren't bleeding. The art bleeds from my hands. That's how passionate I am for it. Yes. Not a fan of my voice one for that, but you know. So edgy. You're the one who brought it up. Lincoln Rosa. Bleeding out, digging deeper just to throw it away? But in the end, it doesn't even matter. No matter how hard you try. Yeah. I blame Joker somewhat, because I think he introduced me to them. I do like Linkin Park. One of the first... No, was that one of the first? I guess, yeah, one of the first videos I tried making a long time ago on another channel was I think it was a Rainbow Six Vegas 2 montage to Castle of Glass. Of course, before that it was a Battlefront 3 montage to... Was it Till I Collapse? I think it was Till I Collapse. Vegas 2? Yeah. You could do some janky stuff in it, but it was fun. Like, I don't know how you as Ubisoft go, yes, let's acquire the Rainbow Six franchise, and then not have the game mode that made it famous, technically. Like, Terrorist for the longest time in Siege sucked. It was a complete joke. Farming from spawn. Yes. Just sit around the corner, like, zoomed in, and then the second they pop out, you have a deagle or a sniper, and then just one-shot them, and they go tumbling down the stairs. Great times. Great times. The good old days. Never really did get to experience PvE in that game. A couple of times, and it's about as unbalanced as you think it would be with those mechanics, but still fun. It would be nice to get the Vegas 2 terrorist hunt experience with the gunplay and whatnot from Siege. That I think is peak. So much. Back when PvE was fun. It'd be nice to get a... Yes, it would be nice to get a good game. Can we... You know what? That's fair. Let's start with getting a good game. Okay, which I think very much is... Maybe, hopefully not taking this long and there's something before it, but Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders, when I played the playtest, was very, very fun. Also surprisingly ran on my dying PC. Because that was before I got to update everything and fix it. Which is weird though, because I usually don't like extraction shooters. But it's just so... I guess it makes sense. It's a very cinematic game. It's a very cinematic game. Very tense at times, but very cinematic. Also some BS, but I mean that's extraction shooters for you. What are you gonna do? Imagine hanging with a dying PC. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. 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 So funny. Yeah. Okay. Kind of thinking of building another PC next year. One good thing about not having the ability to do much for a long period of time, I've kind of just grown numb to it and have learned to not care. Otherwise it'd be a complete shit, because I definitely have pride and ego issues then. But you know. Any idea what specs you're going for? Ooh. I guess, yeah, the specs will depend on what you're planning on doing with it, but I guess asking that is the same thing, so... You're late. Yes, you are. Technically, kind of. I guess I never asked you if you'd prefer mod or VIP. So I guess I'll pose the question now. Mod or VIP, Alto? Which are you happier with? Real answers only, by the way. Mod? Alright. For what it's worth, it usually means you give parts to your... Nice. Mod is good. See, sometimes I don't know. Because like, I get the same... I don't really want to offend people, but... Sometimes I wonder... We'll feel it out. We'll go with it. I trust. But, you know, the games were... They were decent. Downside of Naval not being as popular is... the range bracket is kind of wide as far as the tiers of ship that you're gonna face. So, you know, much as I love facing World War II vessels in my Kako, it can be painful. Since I personally don't care either way, whichever you're more comfortable with is just what I'm concerned with, because, yeah. I know some people... Okay, I've seen some people who feels like it's more stressful to be mod because then there's like the expectation you do something or that you have to show up. Whereas with VIP, you're still just kind of like, you're still just a viewer. You don't really have to do anything. So... Probably keep my CPU low, but I want to try the 6000 series GPU. So that'd be NVIDIA, right? Yeah, that'd be NVIDIA. Yeah, you did mod me and then ban me. Uh-huh. You're lucky that I'm lazy. Or afraid that things will break, like you broke my Twitch browser yesterday. Ban them does... I feel obligated to point out, Panda, you don't have mod, or actually I don't know what happens if you ban a VIP. I guess you'd still have to VIP them again. You don't have either though. At the moment. Hey, we'll see. As I keep forgetting, but you know. Rude then. Yeah, rude is my point entirely. You stay VIP'd? Oh. Interesting. Good to know. Of course not. What do you think, that I enjoy tormenting people? It's the weird take, but okay. Who's any stream? I see. Ah, what's a little backstabbing between friends? How? Like... Ah. I need to get a standing desk. I've decided. Wow, 1 second. Feeling brave, aren't we? Panda will remember this. In red text, probably. What is the... Yep, that's definitely the up-to-date one. Oh, look at that! The Wuthering Waves VOD got a view after I put it up the way later than intended. Where are shorts? There are. There this. Copy link address. And then I have to go all the way over to here to the stream elements. And chatbot, chat commands, custom commands. Over to YouTube command. Paste. Alright. It is now good to go. I'm curious to see if that's going to make my OBS break again. Because there was a period of time where it was like, actually, what if I just did an end stream when you hit end stream button? Invite you to luck, by the way. Is that your way of saying you forgot again and you're now downloading the game? Also, thank you, I guess, by the way. I guess I can be gracious. Sometimes. Occasionally. Stream didn't download this morning before work. Alta would never forget, of course, no. That's not what happened the first time. Speaking of first time, you missed my entire rant on Spirit Blossom Springs Ari. It was like the first 20 minutes of stream. Steam crashed or something? You missed the... I might have pulled up her base skin, the last Spirit Blossom skin, or the original one, and the Spirit Blossom Springs one, yes, maybe. I find it hilarious because by the nature of the fact that it is basically, literally it's a towel dress. They exist, I know. But just the logistics of this means, you know, Ari, very large personalities, as they like to say in the gacha sphere. That means towels further out, but characters also character in a video game, and hem of towel isn't that high in the first place. Okay. So if he moved around a lot and or had tails, like say 9 of them, any movement would just expose that to an indecent level, even for a gacha game. So it's Titan, which means they literally nerfed her personality. They nerfed her boob size. Which is hilarious, because it's usually there because they sell better when, you know, they're on display. But what do I know? Not only did they put, honestly, just kind of a bad design because it's very plain, and same color. It's just, okay, you know what? I double-clicked that twice somehow. Where's... How do you pull up search history on Opera GX? Firm? Oh. History. Oh, that's so easy. Okay. Adona has the same home guard animations as Faker Skin. Yeah. Actually, now that you say that, it does, actually. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Restore tab. That's not what I wanted. I wanted that one. Which is... What's that? I might as well get the splash art too. Do I have this? This? Alright, did that one twice. There's that. Okay. Where's the one that shows the splash art though? There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay. Need to open a new one. No, I don't need to open a new window because I can just use this. And this. One sec. Oh, just string slightly too. Okay, so what did I change? Why is that set to the one that wouldn't work? Specific. Okay, that's weird. Whatever. So yeah. Thought originally gonna have more relevance. Yeah, the concept arts were kind of crazy. I think I liked B. B was probably the most they could have gotten away with. Okay, the one thing I will give them... Okay, I'll give them a break on this. The Spirit Blossom Ash skin doesn't have a voiceover because of the strikes. It's supposed to be getting one, though. Reforms was supposed to be a $200 scam skin, but they scrapped it because it wasn't to standard. But yeah, the strike ended recently. Technically, it was still going on when the Ash skin came out. So. I don't know how the timeline works, but you know. Anyway, here's the $200 one, well, the $120 one for the splash art, which I don't know if you've noticed the fingers. I know this has gotten pointed out a couple of times. Now, I don't know about you, but personally, my middle finger isn't shorter than my pointer and ring finger. Just saying. It's kind of weird. But you know, I like the tails. I hate this thing. I don't know why people love stuff that looks like this, but I don't. The hair and face is like kind of just generic as heck. And the towel only looks good if you can zoom in far enough to see all of the details on the towel. Otherwise it just looks plain. And I don't even know what's going on here. I literally do not know what this is supposed to be saying. Like, are her boobs squished to the side? Are they like down in a little pocket or something? I'm not sure. Let me make... It's less about them making the mistake, which I think would make sense if that was like they're drawing it, it's a concept and whatnot, but this had to get through presumably some form of quality control, and they didn't notice or didn't care. Like, it's one thing when you're one person doing art, it's another thing when you're a multi-million at least dollar company that are selling very, very expensive skins to people. It ups the level of base quality that you're expected to meet. Which is kind of true of anything with the more money that you ask for. But here's her base skin. Like, the thing that the only thing that really pisses me off about this whole thing is her base skin, which was reworked 2 or 3 years ago at this point, is literally better. It is significantly better in every way, shape, and form than the skin they want you to pay $20 for. It's free. The animations are good. The effects are good. The skin looks good. And it looks good in game. Obviously less detail, but they plan for that with this so that they both look good. You can't get this close in the game, but you get the point. He doesn't try to drop boobs. Fair. However, this one doesn't. They kind of took a lot of mistakes they made in most recent Ari skins and repeated them all in one skin for some unknown reason. The tails kind of suffer the same that Snow Moon Ari did, which how do I do this? There we go. Where it just kind of they're just super weird, smooth looking, even more so in game. They kind of did that, but they got the texture back. You can kind of see texture. Hilariously, the legs look the most natural and good of this entire thing, minus this, which is an aesthetic. It's just personal preference. This, mostly personal preference, people like it, whatever. I don't know what that is. And then it just... This is my main gripe, though. Like, this is whatever, it's just... It's kind of samey, but, you know, whatever. It's an aesthetic thing. This whole thing just looks weird. It looks like baggy and scrunched up, and then just not interesting. And that's with it zoomed in this closely. Yeah, it looks like it looks like a grocery bag. It looks like a very poor fitting costume versus her base skin. This is free. That's not free, but like, whatever. Also, the eyes look weird in that, but that's my personal preference. Versus this. And this one, I like the outfit, if we ignore the fact that it costs $120. The color scheme's nice. I don't like this fish at all, but that's because I literally don't like this fish. And then the tails kind of trigger my tryptophobia, so I'm biased, but otherwise... I mean, also, they kind of look like gummies. They literally look like gummy candies. That's okay. I've discovered what I don't like about them. They look like gummy candies. What in the heck am I looking at? Well, as... I like the sour gummy candies. But I don't like supposed to be fox tails that look like gummy candies. How severely complicate my life. Okay. A bit, yeah. Just slightly. Uh... Did it just... Wait, is that the... There may be someone for you to shoot in the Discord, Aldo. I don't only talk about it on stream because, yeah, when was that? Twice at 250. Yeah. Yeah, no. Not sure who is or isn't a bot at this point. Okay, yeah, but I'm in Opera, and it opened it up in Google. So I had to bring it over. But yeah, this is the grab bags, which is basically loot chests that you can get for the event. This has more design work going into it than her entire outfit in the $20 legendary skin. And that's assuming it's not more than $20. I don't actually know what the price is on this. This would have looked better than what we got. Unironically. I'm a little salty. Let that be a lesson. Be courteous. Don't jump into a Twitch channel and then just self-promote. Just saying. Anyway. That's Ash's outfit. You're not wrong. That actually... Okay, so I haven't really seen the new Ash skin. The Spirit Blossom one. Yeah, I've seen like nobody with the Ash skin at all, actually. Not since like the week after it came out. Also, they kind of look like soda. They look like soda gummies. Like those gummies that they have that are just like a fake bottle of Coke or Pepsi or whatever, and Dr. Pepper and root beer. That's what this reminds me of. High Noon is the best. High Noon is the best for a lot of characters, to be fair. I haven't had some in ages. That's good. You should continue that, along with not drinking your energy drinks. But, only if you want to stay healthy. Otherwise, go for it. Senna, Lucian, Ash, Varus. I know you like your energy drinks so much that you leave them sitting on your desk for multiple days instead of the fridge, like a normal person. Yeah. You like a battery. Okay. I see. I see. You like battery acid. Sure. I mean, we all make mistakes, really, so, you know, I guess... I would say it's your taste buds, but I'm pretty sure at this point they don't exist anymore, so, you know, they were your taste buds. Were. Past tense. You got rid of them. They like and respect it. Should I be using they, them for you, Alto? Does Panda know something I don't? Usually it takes 1 to 2 days. Only Valve. Which reminds me, I need to try CS2 again now that my PC isn't imminently dying, and see if it can actually run it. Because I don't know that it can. Because it couldn't before. As in, I think it was getting like 15 FPS if it ran at all. Which isn't great for, you know, a competitive shooter. But it does run War Thunder better, so, you know. We take those. I go by, like, random things like cats, Red Bull, and construction. Uh-huh. So... if I were to, like... what the heck did you just... Windows, are you okay? Did you at least do what I wanted you to do? Good enough. So if I were to, you know, randomly pop something up on stream and touch with your emotions, is that what this is? This is in touch with your emotions? I mean, hey, I'm all for progress. That was very loud, manly. But you know, I'm all for progress. 100% manly. You're right, my bad. Do you by chance have any other examples of what you'd consider, how did you put it? I don't know if I can put enough emphasis on it to do the caps. How would I do that? Because I don't feel like yelling. It's not worth it. The next time your AI looks like you walked too far away from the... My AI? You mean my bottle? Because I'm very aware that it does silly things. I just can't be bothered to not. It's not worth the effort. It'll look how it looks. Because I have to turn my phone slightly angled again. Okay, there we go. Allowed an allowance of gooberish stuff, you work construction. Is that how that works? I wasn't aware that there was like qualifiers on that. I thought it was just kind of a given. But hey, you learn more every day. Mom got angry, unplugged your controller. I guess that's the example we could go for with that, yeah. Mainly blue color stuff with the goober stuff. I mean, hey, you know what they say? There was an entire study on it. People who have very serious and, what is the word? Demanding jobs, mentally, tend to act very gooberish, shall we say, outside of work, because the brain wants a break. Like nurses. And probably police officers, maybe. Actually, yeah. That explains a lot. Most of them are pretty silly off the job. Like fishing and work construction from 5 AM to 1 PM. How does fishing factor into this at all? Just out of curiosity. But it feels kind of random. my beloved. We just go back to classic. Or, better yet, we'll sit on the original Spirit Blossom, because it's very pretty. I'm slightly biased because of the colors, but you know. Silly sister lady in the jungle. This is a solo venture. Glide on. Sure, we could say glide, but you know. Sometimes it happens. Oh, I managed to go 30 minutes past where I meant to go. Actually, 40. And I'm out of water. Alright. Well, on that note. How does this work on Opera? I think I have to close them, right? Because it just keeps them open otherwise. This is a stopping point. Human to shift the schedule. Shift the what do you mean shift the... Hello? Mouse? Thank you. What do you mean shift the schedule, exactly? I'll wait. We're not starting this. We're not. We're not. I have conceded for the number with the number spelled out in quotations, okay? Quotations? Parentheses. But we're not doing this with words or punctuation. It's punctuation. You know what I mean. We're not doing this with punctuation. Okay, Layla. Yeah, basically. I mean, hey, the moderately defunct group that Joker and I started for, I think it was originally for Siege tournaments, was Tactically Aggressive Gaming. So, it's just on point, really. It's on brand. There we go. It's on brand. I know what I am. It's not changing. It doesn't need to change. So, you know. Please stop saying pin message. There we go. You're I can be. Right up until someone pisses me off or makes it my interest to not be. But, you know. You wouldn't do that, right? You wouldn't make me be angry with you. Letting wet paper bag material. Remember the expression of poking the bear? Just out of curiosity. Complete aside, not related at all to the current conversation. That's the music. Well, that just... Alright, how do I do this? There was a way to... Now I'm invested. How do I misspell that? Alright, I just did that. Oh, there it is. And no one will laugh. You sure about that? Any last words? That doesn't work in this context, but NT. Fox, what can I say? Also, it's literally payback for the other day. I mean, I don't have to, technically. That's... Wait, what does this do? Actually, I'm very concerned, because in this it says... Do I have to unmod and then mod again? That's weird. Oh, that's... Okay, what if I click up here, Twitch? Does that work better? Oh! That's cool. I can do that. Unable to fetch account. Oh no. How do I... Please... No. No. Ban horn. We already did that because it was funny. Okay, what if I refresh my browser? Because I think it broke slightly. It did. Okay. There we go. We got there. Look, it was a learning experience. I learned something, you learned something. We don't need to talk about the struggle along the way. It's fine. But, you know, we got there. But actually now. I think it worked. I'm pretty sure it worked. It did work. Alright, cool. Yes. I was a little concerned. Alright. How long was this? I like how I was about to try and do math instead of look up at where it says how long the stream. 3 hours and 44 minutes. Which is longer than lately. It's longer than most of the just chatting streams I do, I guess, because, you know, I can only sit still for so long. Downside is War Thunder takes a lot out of a person. Especially Naval. Naval. Oh boy. But we did it. And as I'm no longer convinced that I need to play 5 hours every single time, probably more often too. Although I do want to try Hellish Court once I figure out whether or not having people's hands get cut off would potentially be an issue for Twitch. It's more of a YouTube thing, actually. Probably be fine as long as it's not in focus completely. We'll figure it out. But that's it for now. New schedule so far. At the very least, I can say Tuesday and Friday. The time seems to go between like 2 to 3, somewhere in there. Depending on when I wake up on the day. In my defense, it has been hot, so I have not been able to get to sleep necessarily when I want to, because sleeping in 90 plus degree weather is not exactly my idea of fun. So, I shall see you Friday. Hopefully I have the video that I want to make out by then, but we'll see. That might change because my brain is very whimsical and prefers doing what it likes doing when it likes doing it. It's not the greatest, but you know, it is what it is. Welcome to ADHD and autism. truly the greatest planning around that. It's a fun time. But I'll see you guys later. Stay awesome, and yeah, that's really it. I don't know why I thought I had something else to say. Bye!